How to make flirt poles. You can customize and make flirt poles according to your needs and or area you choose to utilize flirt pole work. Many flirt poles work best for dogs that have too high arousal on full-size flirt poles. You can also use these mini flirt poles for dogs perhaps in the home or in an area where there's not a whole lot of room to maneuver. You can also use these mini flirt poles for smaller dogs as well. So I've gotten some rope and I've tied a loop on the end of it. And I've tied the rope to where it's nice and tight. I also have a duct tape, a PVC pipe, and a lure to add on as well. I cut a little bit of the duct tape and proceed to wrap it on the very end of my loop that I tied on one end of the rope. This is to secure it and make sure it's not going to slip. Once that's on good and tight, I take the end of the rope and push it through the PVC piping, and at the other end of the rope I start tying knots. I tie multiple knots to where it's large enough that it's not going to slip through the PVC pipe. Once that's done, I pull the rope and press it up tight up against the PVC piping, making sure that the knot is large enough to where it won't slip through, and I start duct taping the very ends. Once that very end of the PVC piping is taped with duct tape close to the knot that I've tied and there's no movement in the knot, I continue to add duct tape to create a handle that is going to give me a good grip. Using a little bit more duct tape to make sure the handle is large enough for my hand. Last step is to add your lure. Put your two fingers through the loop and pull the rope through, which creates a slip. Once you've got the slip, pick up your lure, push it through, and pull the rope tight. That will secure your lure, and you'll be able to change lures as needed. There's your mini flirt pole. Making medium-sized flirt poles. You can use PVC piping for making medium-sized flirt poles, and obviously your PVC piping is going to be larger. What I have here today for a demo is a wooden dowel, and normally I wouldn't use wooden dowels, but for this purpose I did use it just to show that there are ways being safe as long as you consider the type of dog that you're going to be using on this. I would recommend this again for smaller to medium sized dogs, and the rod is longer and my rope is longer, and this is going to be good to use on this size of a flirt pole in a larger area. So what I've done is I've attached the rope and I've used my duct tape I simply cover the wooden dowel with duct tape all the way down the rod. If this rod does break, the odds of splinters or other type of safety issues popping up is going to be very, very slim. Again, getting more duct tape and simply wrapping at an angle all the way down to the base of the wooden dowel. Once you've wrapped the entire towel with duct tape, you can do one more time at the very tip of the pole to make sure that there's no sharp edges. Last step, add your lure, put your fingers through the hoop and pull the rope through, which creates a slip. Push the toy through, pull your rope tight, and there you go. There's many different ways of making flirt poles, and to make full length flirt poles, you can use the exact same technique with PVC piping. Some people actually use fishing rods, and the one that I like to use, which is like my mega large flirt pole here, is actually a carriage whip. And my sister found this carriage whip for me, so I didn't purchase it, and obviously I didn't make it, but you can make this long carriage whip very similar with PVC piping in the exact same technique that I showed you on the previous ones. The nice thing about the large flirt poles is that you're able to get all kinds of distance. It's great for all size dogs, but it requires a lot of open space. They're not safe to use around trees, obviously. The length of the rope and the length of the pole is actually going to be determined by where you're going to utilize the flirt pole. So this is using my large mega flirt pole, my carriage whip, and you can see that I'm able to get quite a bit of distance, and obviously Owen is loving it.